Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite couple back again with crazy ideas and plans even though they are not officially dating. Do you think they will ever confess their feelings for each other? Yeah, I don't think so either. But let's find out. Due to foreigners arriving from France, a cosplay party will be held to honor their arrival. Sounds like things are gonna get freaky. For the event, Kaguya wears a pair of cat ears, and Miyuki is smitten with her sudden change in fashion, as she does look good. However, to hide his infatuation with Kaguya's appearance, Miyuki tries to look as normal as possible. Yeah, he is not fooling anyone. However, this backfires as he gives such an intense look that it scares Chika. Great job acting normal. To switch things up, Kaguya puts a pair of cat ears on Miyuki, and this makes her develop a crush on him. Sounds like I need to get me a pair of those cat ears. Not wanting to show her emotion, Kaguya bites her tongue to hide her smile, but she still ends up giving off a little grin, which surprises Miyuki. These ears work like magic. Kaguya confesses that Miyuki looks very handsome with the cat ears. The truth is finally coming out, although Miyuki believes that she is teasing him because of the look on her face when she said it. He is probably going to die single. Shortly after, Kaguya proposes a photo of Miyuki wearing the cat ears for posterity, but Miyuki rejects the idea, stating that it will be used for extortion purposes down the line. Despite his rejection, Chika insists and drags Kaguya into the photo shoot too. However, they soon start fighting, causing Chika to take the ears away from them. I am sure she is the real enemy. With the welcome party happening on Monday, Chika notes that they still need souvenir suites for the event. After realizing that the job requires 2 people, Miyuki internally hopes to do it with Kaguya. However, he discovers that the handler of the task would be decided by a game of banned word. Now that's harsh. Though the president makes all the rules, soon after, the game begins, and Chika starts talking in freestyle rap, while Kaguya remains calm. Miyuki states that it's unfair that Kaguya remains silent for the entire game, and she decides to speak, trying to win the game. Miyuki questions what Chika hates, and she admits that she's been told that she can't read situations well, which usually causes her trouble. Miyuki's plans fail, however, when Kaguya unknowingly says her banned word while trying to comfort Chiyoma. Not wanting to lose his conviction, Miyuki proclaims that he's going to get serious, but this turns out to be his banned word, and he loses also. Chika wins the game, forcing Kaguya and Miyuki to get the souvenir suites. Guess it all worked out well. The next morning, Kaguya and her personal valet, Ai, talk about her relationship with Miyuki. She gets flustered after the conversation quickly changes to how Kaguya loves Miyuki. Despite being flustered, Kaguya denies it, stating that she's only interested in him. Ai then convinces her to call Miyuki instead of sending a text. Finally, someone is taking control. She contacts Miyuki and gives the phone to Kaguya, but it turns out to be Miyuki's father answered the call instead. Although he acts nonchalantly, the situation quickly resolved after Kaguya reveals that she wants to speak with Miyuki. Not long after, Miyuki answers the phone while in the bathtub and schedules a meeting for 11 a.m. at Hachiko the following day. Maybe he is finally going to tell her. Believing that the conversation is over, Kaguya hangs up abruptly, but just as Miyuki was going to say something, maybe he was going to tell her how he feels about her. Realizing her mistake, Miyuki texts what he was going to say to her, finally breaking the text barrier. However, the next day, it starts to rain heavily, and Ai forbids Kaguya from leaving the house. Even the universe is against them. With no other option, Kaguya sends a text to Miyuki, canceling their plans for the day, which takes her 30 minutes to write. Meanwhile, Miyuki was waiting at the rendezvous and considered it a victory for him as she texted him, "Love is war." The day of the welcoming party finally arrives, and it's a success, which makes the principal, Adolf Pescarolo, congratulate the student council body. If only they were as good at confessing their feelings as they are at parties. During the party, Miyuki asks Kaguya if she speaks French, and Kaguya reveals that she is not so fluent in the language of love. Kaguya then asks Miyuki if he speaks French, and he claims to know how to speak French after reading a book on the language. Yeah, That's a lie. Shortly after, a female French student approaches the two, and Miyuki has trouble understanding her, while Kaguya understands easily and speaks to her in French fluently, surprising Miyuki in the process. Having that dumb look on his face, not done for the night, Miyuki receives another shock after discovering that Chika can speak French too, as her mother was once a French diplomat. He realizes that he's the only person at the party who doesn't speak French, but it turns out that Adolf intentionally chose Miyuki for this reason in order to gauge his caliber, and he is failing. Moments after, the principal sends a woman named Betsy to personally analyze Miyuki in order to make fun of him. She confronts him and makes an invective tirade in French towards him, but Miyuki doesn't understand her, simply agrees with her, and smiles. Betsy tries even harder against him to make him embarrassed, but she gets a taste of her own medicine after Kaguya decides to talk to her in Japanese. A terrified Betsy flees in terror and is traumatized by the event. After the party is over, Miyuki thanks Kaguya for coming to his aid. This is the start of something beautiful. The next morning, Nagisa visits Kaguya for some romance advice, which she graciously accepts. The topic, however, disturbs her, as Nagisa wants to break up with her boyfriend, Tsubasa. Well, she came to the right place. Internally, Kaguya is conflicted about giving Nagisa any advice as she has no prior experience, but she still motivates herself to do it. Because Miyuki did it before, this is not going to end well. Nagisa explains that she became Tsubasa's girlfriend only because he confronted her. They have been distant since then. To understand their relationship better, Kaguya asks Nagisa about the positive qualities of Tsubasa and then gives her some examples of such qualities, which reminds her of Miyuki, causing her to blush a little. Just admit your feelings, please. Kaguya continues by stating that focusing on the positive traits of your boyfriend helps develop love for the person, although she heard this from an acquaintance, and it's not from her own experience, because she has none. Shortly after, crashing onto the scene, love detective Chika joins the conversation. She asks that Nagisa imagine Tsubasa with another woman, and tells Kaguya to do the same. Both of the girls' reactions are gloomy, respectively, and Chika proclaims that the deeper the emotional jealousy behind the thought, the greater the love for that person. That's pretty smart. Realizing Nagisa's affection for Tsubasa, Kaguya decides to give some advice called the Romeo and Juliet effect. This is when a person, place, or thing acts as an impediment to the two lovers. Having no such thing in her relationship with Tsubasa, Chika reveals society is their enemy. Chika backs up her notion by giving an axiom to the current state of society. Realizing what she has to do, Nagisa runs off to face it with Tsubasa. Another love problem solved by the love doctor. Despite not being pleased with the consequences of their actions, Chika reassures Kaguya that all will be fine. This turns out to be true, as Tsubasa and Nagisa, accompanied by 3 kids, collect donations in the city center. Miyuki is also seen helping out their cause. Great boyfriend material. Just hope it doesn't fade away. Alone, in the gymnasium, Miyuki practices a volleyball spike and fails miserably. Not his strongest suit. It turns out that Miyuki excels academically, but he lacks coordination in sports, and of course, in relationships. Soon after, Chika approaches him, which surprises Miyuki, but he doesn't realize that she's there because she left something behind in there. He becomes scared that his dirty secret may have been found out by Chika, but he believes her opinion will have no harm to his reputation. We will have to see about that. However, after learning that Miyuki is there practicing volleyball, Chika offers to help him and manages to convince him after an impressive serve. Girl got game! Once that's settled, Chika has Miyuki show off his serve, and he tries several times, failing each time. After witnessing such a perplexing and dejecting performance, Chika deduces that Miyuki serves with his eyes closed. Now, that makes sense. They then perform a 4-day-long, rigorous training routine where Miyuki practices his serves and finally accomplishes it. If only he puts in the work with Kaguya. Having finally accomplished that goal, his next goal of learning how to toss and receive is settled. A week later, Miyuki plays volleyball with exemplary skill, making Chika proud in the process. Maybe they should date. The next day, it's raining outside, but the student council body is finished with their tasks for the day. Due to the turn of events, Kaguya decides to walk home. But this is not going to end well. After school, Kaguya and Miyuki bluff with one another, stating they don't have an umbrella on them when they actually do. Not wanting to have their own lie exposed, they quickly turn it into an all-out battle to expose the other person's lie. They will make a wonderful couple. After going back and forth between the two trying to expose one another in their lie, it's revealed that Kaguya sabotaged her car ride to set up a carefully planned, elaborate plot to gain the upper hand on Miyuki. Oh, she is good. However, just as Kaguya goes for the kill against Miyuki, Chika arrives and hands her an umbrella because she forgot hers. Damn you, Chika! Mortified that her plan has failed, Kaguya offers the umbrella to Miyuki. Although he refuses at first, the two compromise and hold the umbrella together. The following morning, Student Council Treasurer Yu announces to Miyuki that he wishes to resign from his position. We don't even know who you are. Pondering upon Yu's resignation, Miyuki begs him to reconsider, but Yu insists on quitting as he believes he is going to be murdered. Did not see that coming. By whom, you might ask? He believes that'll be none other than Kaguya. Oh, well, this is getting fun. It turns out Kaguya threatened him once after he unintentionally ruins a plot of hers. Also, another time when he tried to tell the president that Kaguya doesn't have feelings for him. Yeah, that didn't end well. Furthermore, Yu believes that Chika is in far greater danger than he is because of the nasty stares Kaguya gives her, and deduces that she has no more than 2 months to live. Is she really a psycho? At that moment, Kaguya arrives in the student council room covered in blood and wielding a knife and demands to talk with Yu as they both act in an apprehensive manner. Oh, it's about to go down. However, she reveals that she is merely playing a prank on the two as she was merely helping the drama club, but they remain unconvinced. Meanwhile, Chika enters the room in a bloody mess with a knife in her chest, horrifying the two, but this is also a prank. Unconvinced, Yu still thinks that this is another trap set up by Kaguya, but Miyuki reassures him and tells him to have faith in his comrades, not if the comrade wants to kill you. Kaguya then speaks with Yu and thanks him for keeping her secret, but threatens him not to resign. Problem solved. Chika does a personality test of Miyuki with a book she acquired from the library, which Kaguya is interested in as well. The first question reveals that Miyuki wants 9 kids, which is quite a lot. For the following question, Chika decides to involve Yu and Kaguya as well. However, Kaguya always knew that Chika would do something like this and had prepared herself for this kind of event. She might just be a psychopath. The next question, which Kaguya suspects is related to indicating who you're in love with, Yu answers Kaguya, but she misinterprets this as him having feelings for her, even though she doesn't feel the same way about him. Meanwhile, Miyuki's answer to the question is his sister, and after the purpose of the question is revealed, it turns out that he's a cis-con. Unsatisfied with the results, Yu leaves for the day and plans to stop by a hospital before he goes home. Tired of taking questions from the book, Chika pulls a crazy move outside of Kaguya's calculations and gets a question from the internet. The final question involves how much you love an individual by how many flowers you'd give your beloved. Kaguya answers a bouquet, while Mikuyu impetuously answers a truckload. Looks like a fairy tale ending. After seeing her friends off, Ai visits Kaguya in the student council room. Kaguya chastises Ai for coming to the council room and her unannounced arrival, even though the other members are gone. She states that it's a show of power because they're both high society people. That's kind of the point. After being convinced by a lengthy argument and hopes of impressing the president, Kaguya has her nails done by Ai. The following day, Kaguya ponders if Miyuki will notice or even admire her nails. Yes, he will. To prove a point, as soon as they are both in the student council room, she tries in earnest to grab his attention on her nails and have him notice them. Although Miyuki acts ignorant, which frustrates Kaguya, he actually did notice her nails and is shocked that she is so fashionable. He fears if he'd said anything about Kaguya's appearance, it would be considered sexual harassment. crazy world we live in. Meanwhile, Yu notices that Chika has used a new conditioner on her hair, noting she smells like a baby. This creeps Chika out, and she wishes him dead. Kind of extreme if you ask me. Terrified by how Yu was rejected so bluntly, Miyuki ponders how he should proceed and realizes he's rather blunt. After school, Kaguya is in a moody manner and tries to walk out to the schoolyard, but she is stopped by Miyuki. Flustered, he tries to compliment her nails, but fails horribly. Kinda cute though. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If this video is the most popular of our latest collection of recaps, we will make a part 3. Let us know what series you want us to recap next in the comments section below.